They always give you the worst advice in the world, right? It's 3 words in the dating niche. Have you ever heard, if you've ever been single, which most of us were single at one point, right? And you're trying to find a date, right? And what do they always tell you to do? They always give you the worst advice in the world, right? It's 3 words. Just be yourself. Just be yourself. That is the worst advice that ever has been given, right? Because that's what I call the naturals of success, right? These are the naturals. There are guys that we know, and we know who they are, right? They're just natural with women, and they always have women flocking after them. And you go on, how the heck, because I was a nerd in high school, right? I had Coke bottle glasses, I had a face full of acne, and I didn't have shoulder length hair. I had shoulder width hair, right? So I couldn't get a date to save my life. So I was like, how the heck do these guys do this, right? And well, just be yourself. I'm like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, right? So that's exactly what these naturals, there's the naturals of success. And that's what I realized. So you could sit there and interview them all day long, exactly like you were saying. They wouldn't even tell you any of the things that I've been teaching for over 25 years because I had to, number one, read all these books, spend an insane amount of money and an insane amount of time studying what they don't tell us. So you can read all the books you want, you can interview them all you want. They're never going to tell you. And it's not that they're necessarily trying to hide something. Maybe some of them are, but most of them are just unconscious. And they're like, hey, just be yourself. And you're like, that doesn't work, right? So what I've done is I've broken it down and literally made it a system. I've systematized it so that now any of us can do it. You just have to follow the framework. You just have to follow it and fill in the blanks exactly what I give them. So, like clients like Charles and others, that's why they're able to get this, as we call it, hockey stick growth, right? So if you picture a hockey stick, right, you're hitting that income ceiling, and maybe it's 6 figures, maybe it's 5 figures, whatever it might be, right? But you just keep hitting your head on that ceiling no matter what. And then all of a sudden you put these power habits in, like we had one client, Steven, and he increased his business by 800% in just 12 weeks. 12 weeks, 800% growth. Talk about how, that's why we have a program called the 12-week breakthrough, where I'm known for helping people make more in just 12 weeks than they did in the previous 12 months, right? And so that's what it takes to install these power habits.